What's up, guys? It's Tano. So I basically got the same question from two different people which have the same name and are almost exactly the same, which is kind of weird, but I'm going to answer it anyway. And the question is how to freestyle on beat. Staying on beat while freestyling is going to be one of the more difficult skills that you end up building up, mainly because you put together two different skills. Now, the best way to go about this is to learn those two skills independently, rapping on beat and freestyling, and then combining them once you have a solid grasp on both of those two things independently. Now, that's a little bit too short for the entire answer, so let me give you kind of a step-by-step breakdown of things you can practice so that you can freestyle on beat a little bit better. The first thing that you're going to want to do is, like I was saying, learn to rap on beat, right? So practice your normal raps a lot and practice the flow, right? The lyrics, not as much. It doesn't matter as much. Don't worry about your wordplay, etc., etc. Just practice flowing over beat so that when you need to access it freestyling, it's going to come to you more naturally. If you're not able to comfortably rap over a beat with a written, you need to get that under control first before you try to freestyle over beats, because it's going to make it so much easier to flow. Now, again, like I was saying, then you got to make sure that you can freestyle without an instrumental, right? When you freestyle without an instrumental, you have a lot more flexibility and can get away with a little bit of cheating on your timing. If you can't do that, if you can't just freestyle like, hey, I'm about to spit some rhymes, see me do it. I'm not a student. In fact, I'm the master. I created the blueprint. Every time that I do it, I choose it to make it awesome. People think that it's crazy, but I'm just playing possum. I'm half dead, and when I come to life, I'm about to kill them. Like, if you can't do it just off of the top acapella, then don't start trying to do it with a beat, because that extra speed, that extra rhythm that you have to keep is going to add difficulty. So you need to be able to do that other part as a baseline skill first. Now, if you can't do those two things independently, focus on those. But once you can, it's going to free you up a little bit to focus on some other aspects of the intricacies of freestyling on beat that you don't have to do the things independently. So let's talk about a couple things you can work on once you have those two absolute core things completed. The first thing that you're going to want to do is freestyle, but just lead the beat with sounds, right? So you don't even have to use words, you just follow the beat and kind of make a flow to go along with it, right? So if the beat's going and you go like boom bop, boom bop, ba bop, boom bop, boom bop, ba bop, boom bop, boom bop, ba bop, right? You do that on the instrumental until you have kind of a flow pattern. Then the next thing that you can do is turn those into words, but keep it very, very simple. Once you've done that for a while, you should be able to come up with a very, very simple flow like, here I go, I'm ready, about to kick it. People know I'm going out the distance. You can't see where I'm about to be. When I'm in the dark, I cannot see. Like, it's very, very simple, but just keep it simple with a very simple flow to start with, and make sure that you are staying on beat with that very simple rhythm that you're using. It's okay if this is really, really basic. The point is to be on beat. If you can't even compose a very, very simple freestyle over a beat, you need to go back and start practicing some of the core elements and then come back and give it another try. You won't be able to come up with a good freestyle if you can't even stay on beat with something simple. So don't get ahead of yourself. Now, there's a couple other things you can do as well. The first thing that I'm going to recommend is that you record yourself. When you record yourself over the beat, you're going to see if there's any patterns that emerge. Are there any things that trip you up as you're freestyling and really, really cause problems for you? So for example, maybe you try to spit double time sometimes in your freestyles, and when you're on beat, they get you way off. That's two things. One, you can either kind of work around that and not do it as often, or two, which I would recommend, is to work through it and see what you need to do to get your double time or whatever the other aspect is back on track through your freestyles. Another thing that you can do that will help you to freestyle on beat is to have some recovery phrases. A lot of times, if you're falling off, it's because you're trying to think of some words. By the time you get the words, you say them, but you're off beat, and then you're into the next bar, and that one's kind of trailing weird. So, if you have a couple of these phrases already set out, you can use them in times when you get a little bit off. Recovery phrases are, for example, like, I don't even remember if, or I'm as cool as, you know what I mean? You just pick some random phrase that you can pretty much fill in with anything. I remember the last time, like just these kind of couple of words. And then you can use those, slot them in whenever you need them. That can help save your flow and keep you on beat a lot because you have those phrases kind of pre built in. You don't have to think about them, so it can save you time as you think about other things and keep your rhythm. Hope that helps. That's a couple ideas and kind of a transition from, not being able to do it into getting on beat while freestyling. As always, if you have any questions, comments, topics you want me to cover, throw them down in the box below. Beyond that, I've also got a full 30-day course. I'll put that down below, discount code, and I've got a website, rapbetter.com. That's it. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the videos. And if you have any questions, comments, or topics you want me to cover, leave them down in the box below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. See you next time.